69. That's how many years the average black man in America gets to live. 6 years less than white men. 6 years less than Latino men. 6 years nobody talks about. They call it the tax on peace. And every black man in America is paying it, whether you signed up for it or not. I'm Tristen Sutton. My wife CC and I have been full-time residents here in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico since May 2025. 1 year ago, I stopped paying the tax. And I'm here today to show you how you can too. Today I'm covering what living in the US cost me, what moving to Mexico saved me, and what a 75-year-old Blaxit rent in a Mexican garden taught me about true freedom. Gentlemen, full-time means full-time. I'm not a tourist, I'm not a snowbird, I live here. I get my groceries here. I see my doctor here. Mexico is where I call home. Before landing in PV, I spent over a decade as an international entrepreneur and consultant. If hustle culture were a team, I'd be the head coach, burning a candle at both ends. But this isn't a video about escaping America. The US provided me with blessings and access to opportunities I would not have received if I were born in any other country. This is a video about options, specifically the option black men have been told doesn't exist for us. So if you've been on the fence, sitting back in Houston, Atlanta, Chicago, DC, or wherever, just not Dallas, wondering if a brother like you can make this move, pull up a chair. This episode's for you. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So let's start there. The life expectancy for black men in the US, 69.1 years. 69. For context, the US average is 76.4. White American men, they live around 73.5. Latino men, around 75 years. Black men, 69.1. That's roughly a 6-year gap. 6 missed birthdays, 6 missed Thanksgivings, 6 fewer summers with your family. And it's not because we party harder. It's not because we eat worse. The research has a name for what's killing us earlier than our peers. They call it weathering. The chronic stress being a black man in America, the code switching, the over-policing, the having to be twice as good at our job than the other man, the way our shoulders never fully come down, even in our own neighborhood. This stress is literally aging us at a cellular level. The United States is literally costing us years off our lives. That's the tax on peace. And here's the part that really got me. The health gap doesn't automatically close when you make more money or get more education. A highly educated black man still faces health trajectories that lag behind white peers, even ones with less formal schooling. The degree alone doesn't save them. The salary alone doesn't save them. The neighborhood doesn't even save them. So when someone asks me, Tristen, did you move to Mexico to escape something? The answer is no. I moved to Mexico to arrive at peace, to buy back my time. At this point in our lives, I believe we all deserve a little peace. So let me tell you what changed. May 2025, my wife and I landed in Puerto Vallarta with 10 suitcases on a one-way ticket, and in 6 months, we sold everything, house, cars, and obtained our Mexican residency cards, and moved right here to Puerto Vallarta. We had a plan, a strategy, we had savings and online income, and a feeling that the math just wasn't math in America anymore, and that a different option was available for me and my family. So why not walk through that door while the opportunity is available? Because it may not always be there. The first morning here, I went for a walk in our new neighborhood. The sun was coming up over Banderas Bay, and I crossed paths with a local man in uniform heading to his job. He just walked by and said, "Buenos dias, amigo," and kept it pushing. I wasn't asked, what am I doing in this neighborhood? And that small gesture made me relax a little bit. It's a simple act like that that lets me know, as an obvious foreigner, I'm welcome and accepted here. For the first time in a long time, I was just a man having a morning stroll, not a black man walking in America. That moment didn't cost me anything. Mexico didn't charge me for it. America had been charging me daily. It just didn't give me the invoice. Speaking of invoices, let me show you the geo-arbitrage math that opened our eyes. We were spending around $6,800 a month in Houston just to live comfortably. Mortgage, car, health insurance, groceries, utilities, the whole shebang. But here in Puerto Vallarta, similar lifestyle and better quality of life runs us around $2,500 a month. That's around a $4,200 a month savings we get to keep every month. That's geo-arbitrage math. That's not theory. Same income, lower expenses equals more money that gets to stay in your pocket. Imagine your life if you can have a couple of $1,000s left over each month. Now let's get practical, because move to Mexico is just a concept until you actually take action. The work begins with the checklist. When my wife and I started seriously looking at this move, we sat down and wrote out our non-negotiables, the things this country had to deliver, or we'd be staying put in Houston. Here was our list. Steal it, modify it, make it yours. Actually, at the end of the video, I have a free resource for you that's going to help you plan your own journey out. One, healthcare that was affordable and could be trusted, quality care, English-speaking staff, and accepted our international health insurance plans. Two, a community where we wouldn't have to explain our existence or be on guard just to feel comfortable. The ability to live amongst locals who see us as neighbors and not as aliens. Three, walkable. Driving is cool, but not having to worry about gas prices, maintenance, parking, or traffic police, that's one of the quickest ways to expedite your peace, my brother. We either walk, Uber, catch a taxi, because everything around here is walkable and close, and also the transportation is affordable. Check out the episode where we covered how many people are leaving their cars in America to move to Mexico. You'll see why the next wave of Blaxit are ditching the car to live in a walkable city. Number four, safety we could verify and feel, not just research. Five, a straightforward and affordable path to legal residency, not perpetual tourist status. Because if you're gonna live in a foreign country, live there legally. Six, beauty. Let's keep it real. 40 plus years of concrete and buildings. I wanted my eyes to be able to rest on the ocean and mountains. 6 non-negotiables. Mexico, specifically Puerto Vallarta, delivered on every single one. That's not luck. That's research, planning, and the willingness to walk on a faith and bet on yourself. Chapter 6, Plan B residency. Now listen carefully, because this is the part most YouTube videos skip. You don't have to move to Mexico to benefit from having a Plan B. What you need is a passport that doesn't expire within the next year. You need to start understanding residency requirements for at least 2 different countries that you're interested in. And you need to know what your income threshold needs to be to qualify to live there. Mexico has 2 main residency paths available for brothers like you and me that make it easy to establish a Plan B for you and your family. You have temporary residency, which is for 4 years, and then you have permanent residency, which is set for life. The income requirement for temporary residency in 2026 is approximately $4,400 a month in provable income, or around $75,000 in savings. Once you can prove that, you can qualify for what we call a permission slip to live here legally. Before you get in the process, hire a vetted relocation consultant. A good one will make this a smooth process and help you avoid wasting time and money. But knowing the door exists changes how you walk through your life, because every option you don't know about is a cage you didn't know you were in. Even if you never leave America, having a Plan B in your back pocket changes how you negotiate at work, changes how you respond to that angry neighbor, changes how you raise your children. Keeping it real, it gives you confidence and a swag that's really kind of hard to put in words. A Plan B isn't pessimism. A Plan B is protection. For the brothers asking about kids, I already see you in the comments. Let me tell you what I know. Puerto Vallarta has international and bilingual accredited schools with curriculum tracks recognized in the United States. Tuition is going to run around $4,000 to $12,000 a year. That's a year, not per semester. I'm not a father myself. CC and I don't have kids. So I won't speak for an experience I haven't lived. What I can tell you is what other Black expats and Black immigrants that we've spoken to, the one thing we keep hearing them say over and over again is, my child gets to be a child here. There aren't the daily active safety drills that they have to deal with at schools, or the frequently school that you have to deal with every month. Here, Black parents are reporting their children are thriving here in Mexico. Now, I want you to meet somebody. He's been my neighbor here in Puerto Vallarta and has lived here for 4 years. He's 75 years old, a Black American man, retired, and moved here with his wife of more than 50 years. He found a way to find peace and make his retirement dollars stretch a little further by moving here to Mexico. But I'll let him tell you about his journey.
My name is Wilbert Carter, 75 years old, and I'm a jag, just a guy.
Just a guy.
Yeah, there's nothing really special. I don't see myself as really special or doing anything special. But over the years, I've learned a few things that have improved my life. I'm physically recovering from a stroke I had 3 years ago. My wife saved my life again. She saved my life 100 times, but she literally saved my life. Got me to the hospital. I was in intensive care, 19 days, couldn't walk, paralyzed. I would have died from that stroke in the United States. They were 2 nurses at the hospital, and they became our friends. Above me, I've never had friends. I've been in the hospital lots of times. I've never had friends at the hospital, away from the hospital. They care so much. I've been in the hospital in the United States. In the United States, the health care is, they like to tell you that we have the best healthcare in the world. But the thing that really makes a difference is personal care one-on-one. I'm able to stretch my retirement income here in Mexico, and it's really not a stressful stretch because things are so reasonable here. A place with a view, to me, is almost a requirement because every day it brings peace to my soul to look out over the water. So when I look out over the water, that may be an expense to some people, but it's not an expense to me. It's almost like a necessity for this time of my life. You need to stop the American dream that they're trying to put on you and make your own American dream. My wife, Bolivian, she's the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life. She's responsible for me being the person I am now. We talked about moving someplace else, Southeast Asia. She came down and stayed for a few weeks in Southeast Asia, in the Philippines and Thailand, and she just thought it was too much poverty there. She couldn't be happy around that kind of poverty. My move to Mexico was really all her. That's not an excuse.
Why is it not an excuse?
That's not an excuse because you can have, it's only a 2-hour flight to Mexico. Your children can come down here. You can even pay for them to come down here. If you miss them that bad, they'll come for sure. It's only 2 hours away flight. And our kids are in, mid-40s. So really, it's the grandkids. And we've had them down in Mexico. And they love it. And the grandchildren are coming because they want to see you and they want to come to Mexico. One of the things as a black man, a proud black man, in America, respect is lacking at best. The respect you feel when you come here, put your shoulders back, raise your head up. You feel it.
When you see a police officer coming towards you, your shoulders don't clench up and you don't get nervous.
Absolutely. My shoulders do not do anything but relax more because I know that police officer is fixing to help me, try to tell me something that I'm doing that's gonna hurt myself. They're not there to harass me, talk crazy to me. It's a level of respect. The Mexican police have a respect for you, especially after they see that you're part of the community. I would leave America for that alone. All I can say is what I wish would have happened to me. If somebody would have told me the joy of it instead of fear, I would have been here sooner. It's like stepping out on a bridge of faith. A lot of times, putting that foot out on the bridge doesn't appear till you put your foot out there. Don't ever be afraid in life of taking a step out into the unknown because your blessings are in the unknown.
75 years old, thriving, gardening, healthy, married, free. That could be you. That could be your dad. That could be your father-in-law. That could be the man you could become. Keeping it honest, Mexico is not a utopia. Let me keep it real with you, because viral videos make the move look perfect, and it is far from perfect. Mexico has potholes. The bureaucracies will test your patience. Things take longer here. The Spanish learning curve is real. And some days, you're gonna miss your barbershop and your favorite restaurant back home. This isn't paradise. This is a country with its own challenges. Brothers have moved here and moved back home. That's a real outcome too. Not everyone is built for this. I'm not selling you a postcard. I'm offering you an option. The difference between people who thrive here and people who don't is simple. The thrivers come ready to receive a new country on its own terms. The strugglers come trying to make Mexico into a different version of the US with a lower cost of living and with better weather. Don't be the second one. I want to talk to you direct for a second. I'm not telling you to leave the United States. I'm not telling you the US is the enemy. The United States is where I learned to dream. America provided me with the opportunities that afforded me the privilege to be here. But I am telling you this, the United States as a system was not built for our long-term thriving. The numbers don't lie. 69.1 years isn't a coincidence. The tax on peace is real, and it's coming out of your account. whether you signed up for it or not. You have options. That's the sentence. You have options. You don't have to use them today. You don't have to use them this year. You don't have to use them ever. But you should know they do exist and how to access them. Comment the word MOVE below in the comment section. I'll send you our free Blaxit blueprint. It's the exact same checklist my wife and I used when we mapped out this move. It includes the residency details, the cost of living math, the safety research, all of it. Comment MOVE and we'll share the blueprint with you. If this video moved you, subscribe to the channel and share it with a brother who needs to see this. For the ladies, CC has an episode speaking directly to black women thinking about making this move and the safety concerns you have. Go ahead and check it out on our channel. It'll bless you. I'm one black man in Mexico who decided to live differently. My 75-year-old neighbor is another. And there's hundreds more, fam. Now, have you seen somebody who looks like you make this move? Now you know it's possible. We're moving 1,000 black Americans through this pipeline. We've already helped 100 people. What will your number be? Reside where you thrive, brother. I'll see you down here.